What is up? Back here with another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my reactions to WWE Vault. They did a video recently saying the greatest SummerSlam title changes. This is going to be my reaction to it. Would love to know what your reaction is to it down in the comments below. Again, cannot use the actual footage because of copyright, so just going to use the thumbnail because it's easier to do that copyright wise and all of that stuff. Number 10 is when CM Punk won the WWE Championship from John Cena at SummerSlam 2011. And I don't know for sure if this is the greatest, or at least in the top 10, I should say, of championship title changes in SummerSlam history, because I kind of forgot about it. Not gonna lie, but then again, that was what, 13 years ago, something like that. Number 9 is Virgil winning the $1 Million Championship, and I cannot really talk about this because it was happening, I think it was 90 or 91, a couple of years before I was even born. So this is, I think that for myself personally, when it comes to Virgil's in-ring career, the career highlights, is it the most notable thing that he's done? No. But in the ring, it is, if that makes sense. So again, I can kind of understand why it's in the top 10, even though I wasn't born yet. Number 8 is Beth Phoenix and Santino Marella winning the the Intercontinental and the Women's Championship in a winner-take-all against Kofi Kingston and whoever else, kind of deal. Kofi Kingston and Beth Phoenix were the two that mattered in this match. Happened at SummerSlam 2008, and this one, similar to the CM Punk one, kind of forgot about it. Once it showed up, I kind of remembered it, if that makes sense, because it was one of the first times, if not the first time, that I was a fan that two championships, a male and a female, were up for grabs in the same match. Then number 6, Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee in a match between Bret Hart and Undertaker at SummerSlam 97. I was alive for this one, but I wasn't a fan until 6.5 years later. But Shawn Michaels cost Taker the championship, WWE championship, that is. One thing led to another, and a couple of months later, the Montreal Screwjob happened. Then Ultimate Warrior winning the Intercontinental Championship. This was maybe the first title change in SummerSlam history. It happened at the very first ever one back in 1988. It ended Honky Tonk Man's, I don't know how long he was champion for, but at one point, the longest Intercontinental Championship reign. I can understand why it would be on this list. Finn Balor winning the Universal Championship at, I think that was 2016, if I remember right. The one where it was him versus Seth Rollins, the debut of the Universal Championship. He messed up his shoulder. He was out for months at that time. Couple of weeks before this, he beat Roman Reigns. This, that, the other thing. It was that, everybody knows that SummerSlam. I just can't remember the year. But yeah, the debut of the Universal Championship, I can kind of understand why it would be on this list. It's just, I remember this match for the crowd not liking the championship, what it looked like. Then number 4 is Becky winning the, I think it was SmackDown Women's or Raw, one of the two women's championships at SummerSlam 2021. I think, yeah, it was her first match, her first on-screen appearance for WWE since announcing that she was pregnant a year and a half or so earlier. So her returning, her winning, kind of makes sense, even though the match was like a minute against Bianca Belair. Not necessarily a fan of the booking, but I can understand why it's on this list. Number 3, to my surprise, I think this one was Bret versus British Bulldog at, I think it was the 92 SummerSlam, the one that took place over in England. Again, before I was born, but whenever I think of SummerSlam championships changing hands, or at least championship matches, this is the one that I think of the most, and I'm surprised that it's not number 1 personally. I would have put it at number 1. I don't know about you. Number 2, Randy Orton cashes in. I think this one was SummerSlam. Yeah, it's 2013. Cena and Daniel Bryan had a really good match. At least I thought. Randy Orton cashed in the Money in the Bank, started the Authority. And yeah, this is kind of the time period where I try and block out WWE, like the summer, fall of 2013. And seeing this kind of reminded me of that. And I don't want to be reminded of that. I'm still questioning why number 3 isn't number 1. And speaking of number 1, Seth Rollins winning the United States Championship against John Cena. It was Rollins defending the WWE Championship, Cena defending the US Championship. I think this was the main event of I don't think it was the main event of 2015 now that I think about it. It should have been if it wasn't. But I would not put this at number 1. I'm a big Seth Rollins fan, and John Cena is one of my all-time favorites. But how you have this and the Orton cashing in above the British Bulldog Bret Hart match, I will not understand, and I don't think I will ever understand fully, kind of deal. Especially if you know like the story of the match, not necessarily what happened in the match, but how British Bulldog was at that time, state of mind wise. But yeah, those are the top 10 greatest SummerSlam title changes according to WWE Vault. Would love to know some of your favorite title changes in SummerSlam history down in the comments below. While you are down there, let me know any wrestling related video ideas. It would be greatly appreciated by yours truly.